And hello again, YouTube. It is, so I ran out of space on my iPhone with my first video of the day. So I'm shooting all my video on this god-awful NUU Obama phone, which takes surprisingly good video for what it is. But it doesn't show me what time it is or the date when I start it. But I got my other handy-dandy Obama phone, 6:13 p.m., January 20th. And I've been meaning to talk about my current phone situation because it's evolving and always kind of bizarre. Apparently I'm back to unlimited data on this one, but there's a stated limit, but I've gone quite over it. And I've been moved from one government program to another government program without even asking for it. So I guess Assurance Wireless is just trying to keep that money going in their pocket, and I guess props to them for doing it. And I forget the name of the program I'm on. But I called their customer service yesterday while I was at Waffle House, and it was entertaining to say the least. I got as much information as I could through the automated system, and that's when I found out, what program I'm on, which is weird because I thought I was to the point of just the last I had heard trying to get information from their automation was that, I'm going to go this way, actually. The last I had heard was that that the program that I was on, which I believe is called the Lifeline program, that I was no longer eligible for it, and that if I could either reapply or I could pay cash and use the phone as a prepaid service, which at that time I put $10 on it. It's definitely come to my attention that I've used more data and texts and calls than at their sky high rates, the $10 sort of call. And by sky high rates, I think it's 10 cents a minute, 10 cents per text. And the voice in the back of my head was like, "Hey, remember when you first got a cell phone and it was 40 cents a minute?" Yes, I do. Anyway, by the way, I'm in downtown Phoenix, in case you hadn't noticed. Lovely Westin Hotel in front of me. Wow, this is neat. That's a Pizza Hut. It looks like a sports bar on the inside. Neat. Scary old parking garage. Anyway, it was like mostly I was calling to get my account number because all I've ever had to deal with them is my phone number and my PIN number. And I don't receive a bill from them, obviously. So I've never known what my account number is. And I was able to get that. And in fact, I got to give props to them for all the different cell phone companies I've ever had. Ironically, Assurance Wireless, as long as you call during their business hours, and as long as you can find the phone number, because star 611 doesn't work, I seem to get connected to a customer service rep faster than I ever did with Cricket, and than I ever remember getting through back when I used. Well, it's been a long time since I've used anything other than Cricket, so I guess to be honest, I'm only comparing them against Cricket. But certainly I get through to a customer service a lot faster, and their customer service people are super helpful and friendly. So credit where it's due. I gotta give Assurance Wireless props for that. Wow, I'm just noticing how dark the Chase Tower is, which I don't think is the Chase Tower anymore. I think Chase has vacated from that tower. But holy crap, that's a lot of glass tower with dark windows. Okay. Assurance Wireless, they gave me my account number when I explained, what I needed it for. I had no problem getting it. But I honestly thought I was still just simply on prepaid at this point. But then when I went through the automation before I got through to that person, I was kind of surprised to realize that oh damn, I'm actually back on what appears to be an unlimited government funded program, but they put me on a different one. I forget what it's called, but it's basically, instead of Lifeline, which is basically to provide you a phone if you don't have a phone and you're potentially too broke to pay for a phone. This one is more for internet access, but it also throws in the phone service, because why the hell not? I wish I could remember the name of the thing. I thought this was going on, and I'm glad I walked over here, because I do remember reading on the news that Chase had pulled out of this tower and they were no longer here. This is the first time I've walked by it. So apparently this entire tower is closed. Like, they've got fences up here. Now, I honestly figured they were still at their offices leasing there, but apparently this entire tower, and this used to be the Bank One tower, by the way, for those who've been in Phoenix long enough to know. Chase bought out Bank One a long time ago. But yeah, and if memory serves, at the time this tower was built, it was the tallest building in Phoenix. And yeah, parking garage underneath. It looks like everything is, looks like it's all closed. Wow, this is a lot of downtown real estate to just be straight up closed. Wow. Wonder what the plans are for this block. This is a pretty significant chunk of downtown Phoenix to be completely closed. Wow. And I used to every now and then, when I was downtown, go to this, because I am a Chase Bank customer. I used to every now and then go to the branch. On the bottom of the tower there was an actual bank branch. And I always found this to be a conveniently located branch when I was downtown, so kind of disappointing that branch isn't there. At least the drive-up ATM is still there, which is pretty functional for walking up to as well. But wow, it seems wild seeing that whole, because that was kind of a nice open-air plaza as well for, semi-public space, and yeah, all closed. I mean, the recessed, walkways are still open for people that need to walk as they need to be, because there's not really a sidewalk at the street. Like, it's a very narrow space, and I believe this spot that I'm in here still is a taxi stand. Yeah, taxi stand. Because there's so many taxis that just sit nowadays since rideshare has damn near put them all out of business. But wow, it's flabbergasted. Like, I knew Chase was pulling out, but I didn't expect to see the entire plaza fenced off, and the entire, because it was my understanding there was a lot of other offices in the tower. So even the ones that are lit up, I'm questioning if anything is actually functioning in there, since apparently every entrance to the tower is closed off with temporary chain link fences. Yeah, here's another one, all fenced off. At least the skateboarders are enjoying it still. Yeah, all fenced off. Got a nice limo enjoying the taxi designated taxi parking, which seems appropriate for them to be there. And yeah, there's a parking garage entrance. Looks very, very much closed. Nice to see this is still here. From my scooter juicing days, this was one of the bigger scooter stands. In downtown Phoenix, they have very specific places where you can park and put scooters. Used to be a painted box on the ground, if I remember right, but it looks like the paint was done so poorly that it faded, and some of the pylons are gone. You can see where they were, and then the sticker that used to be on the one in the center with the reflective image of a scooter, that's gone too. And I don't see any scooters in it, so I don't know what the status is of rental scooters in downtown Phoenix. I got a note I haven't seen. I know Lime pulled out over 2 years ago, but it was my understanding that Jump was still, or not Jump, I'm sorry, Spin, the orange scooters. It was my understanding that Spin was still servicing downtown Phoenix, but still seeing the remnants of the scooter stands, but no scooters in them. All right, here's another bus stop. I don't know if Route 3 services this or not. Oh, this one, nice. It's got the new style stickers with the numbers. It doesn't have the route names like the old style stickers, but at least this one, they're kind enough to let people know that this stop is serviced by Route 1, 3, 7, and 10. I really wish they'd go back to the old style stickers that also were very similar to that, but also included the route name. So in case you didn't know, 3 was like, I think I memorized all of these, but for somebody who doesn't know, you could look at that and give you something to know other than just a number. 1, Washington Street, 3, Van Buren Street, 7 is 7th Street, and 10 is Roosevelt. But yeah, it used to say 1, Washington, 3, Van Buren, 7, 7th Street, and 10, Roosevelt. And I think having that information on the signs is a lot more helpful to most people than just having a number there. But that's one of the few bus stops that actually has numbers. But in downtown, there's a lot of bus stops, and it's really kind of random to figure out which stop services what, and which is actually why I'm sitting here walking around the old Chase Tower. Gosh, it's so sad. This whole plaza is just closed with these hideously ugly rent-a-fence. But I love the blue lighting like underneath, and this was just such a nice public space for just people to sit and relax between whatever they're doing in downtown Phoenix, which by the smell of things, somebody's near here smoking weed. But anyway, if only YouTube offered smell-o-vision, right? Yeah, here's the wheelchair entrance, so you didn't have, for those that couldn't go down those steps. And I mean, it wouldn't take much in the way of effort for me to hop over this, but they've clearly put up temporary chain link to get off. All right, here's another scooter stand. This one here doesn't have any of the pylons still there, and I think this one here only had the one in the middle, judging from it. But yeah, the little paint on the corners denoting the edges of it, and then right there is where the pylon would have been, coming up with scooter on it, and no scooters. I have to do a little Googling and find out if they finally terminated the rental scooter program in downtown Phoenix. If so, that's pretty sad and kind of the end of an era. So, as I've said numerous times, Sunday night, overnight, supposed to be my first night at Amazon, working in the fulfillment center, and I'm. It occurred to me when I went there yesterday that the express buses and the rapid buses, and this is a stop that's used specifically for that. Oh, come on, focus. Bus stop. Drop off for routes 575 Grand Avenue Limited, which is also a form of express bus. I-17, South Mountain West, SMW. I'm not familiar with that one. And then pickup for routes. And you see there's a bunch of... oh, this actually shows the time. 5:42 and 5:63. I-10 East, I-10 West, and SR-51. Those are all rapid routes, as opposed to the 5:42 and 5:63, which are express routes. What the difference is between rapid and express, can't tell you. They're functionally the same thing, other than the rapid buses are a lot fancier looking. They have a much cooler looking paint job on the outside. But here you can see the 563 only has 4 times it picks up here. The I-10 West, it runs a lot more frequently than I thought it did. So we got that one actually will take me right to the Amazon warehouse. Oh, and I mistakenly last night called that the Desert Sky Park and Ride. That is actually the 79th Avenue Park and Ride. It's 79th Avenue, just north of I-10. There is a park and ride at the Desert Sky Mall, and that is the Desert Sky Park and Ride. So I definitely want to clarify that. I misspoke. So anyway, I-10 West leaves it 332, 402, 422, 440, 457, 513, 541, and 611. So I just barely missed the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different buses that go directly from here to the park and ride right next to the Amazon warehouse I'll be working at. And even though they have a route that they take going north, I believe they take from here, they go north on Central Avenue to Fillmore, and then they take Fillmore over to 3rd Street, and then northbound on 3rd Street, and then from there they take the carpool lanes and get on I-10. There is no other stops that they service between here and getting on the freeway. So even though there's a lot of other businesses and what have you between in the area of downtown between here and where you get on the freeway, bus people and riffraff at those stops, and that bus doesn't stop there. So, all right, I didn't notice this sign here. Wow, that's a pretty cluttered one. Put the stickers on it, and it damn near blocks the sign. And same sort of thing. Just the numbers, no name of the route. I mean, I admit I-10 East and I-10 West and SR-51 are pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, it'd sure be nice to know where 575, 542, and 563 goes. And SMW is only one letter off of being SMH. So, and GAO, I mean, I'm close to the courthouse. Doesn't that stand for Guardian Ad Litem? Is that the way they go home from the oh no, that's Grand Avenue Limited, which back in the days of the colored easy bus lines used to be the yellow line, and it used to not be as limited as it is now. That used to actually be a local route. Yeah, there hasn't been a local route going on Grand Avenue for a long time, which I think is pretty sad. Anyway, so this is a spot I would be catching if I want to do an express bus to Amazon. I would be catching it here, and I checked. I need to really memorize this. Oh, and this is kind of neat. Like these fancy looking bus benches, the decorative curved ones. Those used to be exclusive to rapid stops. And I don't see anything else that really indicates that this is a rapid stop. Like, I don't even see the word rapid being used. But I believe that this structure here, which is provides a little bit of shade, I guess. This has the next ride sign. Memory serves, at one point in time there used to be a display here. It used to be all the rapid stops had digital displays that would show you what time the buses are running and if it was on time and whatnot. And it looks like Valley Metro has given up on those, but at least it has that sign. That's helpful, even if it doesn't show where those routes go. It's more information than most bus stops have. But yeah, this bus stop doesn't serve any of the local routes that run up Central. We got another one of the rapid bus. These bus benches were put in when the rapid buses were started. Another one of those fancier benches. But yeah, there's a definite thing where buses that service those routes, which tend to carry classier type people, are separated from the bus stops that service local routes, which makes it pretty clear that it's not intended for the same bus passengers to use both of them. So they don't make it easy to take a local route to this express route but I think that's what I'll be doing. The one that leaves, all right, here comes my train, so I need to get my ass across the road. That one that leaves at 6:11, it will be arriving at the Park and Ride, the 79th Avenue Park and Ride. I'm standing in the tracks, go me. It will be arriving there in plenty of time. Actually, I think if I went, I forget exactly what time it arrives at the Amazon warehouse, but it seems like pretty much the right amount of time for me to walk to work, and that's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna make that my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday evening routine. So I just got to figure out when I need to be to the light rail to get here, because I'll just be hopping off the light rail right here and then walking to that stop. On that note, I'm getting on this here train.